it's Rick Oberstadt, and in today's video, this is part 2 of my brushes. I will be going through and explaining what the brands are, what the brushes are, what I use a lot, where they came from, things like that. And some of them are like 15-20 years old. Some of these are newer brushes, so this is the continuation of the other video where I do face brushes and stuff. So jumping into this really quickly, I do have some of these brushes are dirty right now, which is why they're facing the other direction. So the Wet n Wild brushes, I'll get done right off the bat. These were brushes that came in a kit minus a couple of them. I bought the crease blending brush separate for like 79 cents on Amazon. Same thing with this one. One of them was listed as a concealer brush, and one of them was listed as a like flat shader brush. So there's the two there. Let me see if I can get them side by side so you can see the size comparison. Now you can see them side by side to see, you know, one is a little bit shorter than the other one. And like I said, these are my dirty brushes. So I'm going to set those aside. But all the rest of these are really nice brushes. I don't know where. I should have like 2 more of these because I bought another one and one came in the kit. But for whatever reason, I only have 1 out of the 3, which is odd. Now I'm going to have to go hunt for my brush. These are all really nice. They work well, they blend well, they wash easily, they dry quickly. I don't have any problems with the Wet n Wild brushes at all. Next we have my F.a.r.a.h brushes. All of these brushes have come from Ipsy. One of them I got as a 5-pack, which were these. And again, so these are there's 2 of them that are dirty. So all of these came in a 5-pack. They're like aluminum bases. So they're very, very lightweight. They're very unusual brushes, but they seem to work well, and I don't have any issues with them. This is a double-ended F.a.r.a.h brush. It has the 22E shade and blend on one side. It has like a shader brush on one side and a blending brush on the other. This one came, I think, December last year to Ipsy. This is the F.a.r.a.h 35E. This is a very big, fluffy blending brush, and it's plastic. It's like super, super lightweight. And then this is the 3 mini tapered blending brush from their Midnight collection. It's the only eye brush that I have from that collection, and it's actually a pretty nice blending brush. It's very comparable to like this brush here, which is the Wet n Wild one, the Glamour Dolls brush that I have, even my Essence blending brush. They're very, very similar brushes. These, they're okay. Bought it at like Amazon. It was a 13-piece kit. I have like 11 or 12 of these here. A lot of them, if you look, they're all very similar in shape. They're all like flat, synthetic, domed brushes. I use these for like detailing work and things like that. And that's the only reason why I still have these. They're cheap. They were like less than $1 each. I think I paid like $8 or $10 for the entire kit on Amazon. And I use all of these little brushes for doing like detailed looks, or whenever I need a flat, you know, synthetic brush for like cut creases and stuff. That's what I use those for. Now going into my Luxie brushes. This one here, I know I'm going to declutter. I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. This wood grain brush base, I don't like either of these 2 brushes. This one is a 246 precision crease. This one is a 250 large eye blending. They're just very scratchy on my skin. This one here actually cut my eye, but I have very, very, very sensitive skin. So I did check. There's nothing sharp in here. It's just the way the bristles were cut, and I did find a couple that were odd, so I went ahead and trimmed it. But I'm going to go ahead and get rid of both of those. The rest of these are fine. This one here was odd. This is the 237 blending. It's like limp. It's thin. It's like a balding guy over 40. Expectations are very low. This was my first Luxie brush from Ipsy, and this has broken several times and I've had to glue it back. But I love this brush. It is a 249. It has a nice blending brush on one side, and I've never had any problems washing these. And then I bought this kit. So we have the 219, which is technically like a liner brush. Then we have the 245, which is a very tiny, like domed brush. Tiny domed brush. It's very, very tiny. And then this one here is a 221 flat definer. Get them all together for you. and I like using this for right up underneath my lash line and stuff like that. And it's a very good brush, and they wash easily. They are soft, easy to use, that kind of thing. Getting into some of my really old brushes. This is an old Mary Kay brush. This is one of their definer brushes. It's like an angled brush. I've had this since I was like 18. I mean, I'm 39 now, so that tells you how old this brush is. But it's a natural hair brush, that's why I still like it. This is an Avon brush. This is an eyeliner brush. That's all it says. I've had this for 18 years. This one is also an eyeliner brush. I've had it for just as much time. And then I've got 3 from Mark. This one just says eyeshadow ombre. It's like a domed, like a weird domed brush. Then I have an eyeliner brush, also domed shape, and a concealer brush that's also domed shape. So I've had these for more than 2 decades. That's why I keep them. They still work. I got rid of the majority of the other brushes that I've had for more than 20 years. These are the only ones I kept because I actually use these. I have very few Morphe brushes. Very few. I have the E36, the M149. I'll put these in order how I'm talking about them. This one here is weird. This is an M560. This one here I hate. It is an M433. It's a natural hair brush. The rest are synthetic. And then I have an M2500 brush. That way you can see. And this one here has had conditioner on it recently, and it still looks like I stuck it in a light socket. So these are like detailing brushes. I used to watch Annette's Makeup Corner. She recommended these Morphe brushes, except for this one here. She recommended all of these, and I picked them up. And like I said, this one's very strange. These are very scratchy, but they work. They're very scratchy. I'll get into these in a minute. Now onto my BH Cosmetics brushes. I'm going to separate these out into their sets. So, one, I have the Essential Eye Kit, and then I have one kit that is the Smoky Eye set. So, you got 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, and 7 in each. And I usually they're $14 each set. I bought them for $7 each kit. Thankfully, I was able to find both of the kits on the website, which is a good thing. This is one of the brushes I've used recently. But a lot of these brushes are very strange. Let me get them all. This one here is humongous. It works great as a blending brush. This one I use as a packing and shader brush. This one's like a really strange, like domed brush. Again, I use this for like a liner. I don't really do much with my brows. I use this if I want to like put product in a very defined space and then blend it out. That's what this is good for. It's actually much softer than like the Morphe ones that are shaped very similar to it. This is actually much softer. Then we have a large dome brush, which is good for doing cut creases. And then this one's like an angled, fluffy version of this one here. And you can get it to hug the eye socket a little bit better. So I will, like I said, leave linked down below these kits so that you know which ones are which. Because one has the gold and one is just solid black. Now, the solid black ones. These are all very, very strange. They're like domed shaped. Let me get these things kind of rearranged a little bit better. So you have the big fluffy domed one, and then you have like a medium fluffy domed one, but it's like pointed at the tip. Then you have like your normal blending brush. You have a bent looking angled liner brush, which I don't understand the purpose of why it looks like somebody crimped it. Then you have this little brush, which if you notice, looks just like my Mark brush that I've had for 20 years, which is one reason why I like this little guy, because it reminds me of the brush that I've had for 20 years. This is a little short, stubby, flat shader brush. It works really well at packing shadow on. And then we have this one here, which is good for like cut creases and things like that, or synthetic, or shimmer shadows. So, I don't know. These two are very strange. The 1 and the 2 brush, they're like domed at the end. They're very, very strange brushes. But the rest of them are fine. So, 2 out of the 7. I get a lot of questions about these brushes. I bought this as a trio. This is my studio brush number 17, and this one is 16. 16 is the bigger one, and then I also have, let me see where I stuck it. 18. I bought this as a trio kit. Okay, the battery died. Let's try this again. I bought these as a brush set. I couldn't find the brush set, but yesterday I did a whole bunch of research looking for these brushes, and I was happy to find that you can buy these individually. So they're like $4 each right now. BH is doing like 70% off their website. I don't know why this one's got weird hair. But anyways, this is the highlighter brush, and then you have the big fluffy blending brush, which is number 16, and then number 17 is this little shorter shader brush, and I love these brushes. They're amazing brushes. So 16, 17, and 18, those are the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro. This one here is the S1. This is a Studio Pro. This is like a silicone applicator, and it's like very weird. You're supposed to use it for like glitters and shimmer shades and stuff, and I haven't had very good luck with it, and it's no longer listed on the website. So then we have these little fan brushes. I have 6 and I have 8. One of them is a little bit flatter, whereas one's more dome shaped. But I want to like lightly dust a shade over the center of my lid to give like a light halo eye effect. I use the 6. And then if I want to do like my lower lash line, I use number 8. And these are also, these were like some of the new weird fan brushes that they came out with. I'd never seen anything like them. I thought they were a pretty color, this maroon, and so I bought them for like $1 something each. So yeah, they're interesting. Now I'll do the 3 dirty brushes first. This is a Vera shader brush. She does have some brushes that she still sells. She's specifically like a brush brand. I've never been able to find this brush specifically. This came from an Ipsy, but it's a nice little flat stubby shader brush. Then we have this Glamour Dolls brush. When I got this in an Ipsy glam bag, the other option was to get the whale looking brush. I got this one instead, and it's a very nice brush. It is very comparable to the crease brush that I use from Wet n Wild, and like I said, I love my crease brush from Wet n Wild. Then we have my SL Miss Glam brush. This is angled, so it works really good at putting shadow right on your brow bone. This is called an Angled Eye W20 brush. This also works really good underneath your eye to do like your lower lash line and stuff like that. Because it is more flat and it's angled, you can do more detailed work, but you can also use it to blend at the same time. And I mean, the rhinestones kind of look cheap on here, but it is what it is. It came in an Ipsy. This was an Ipsy glam bag item as well. This is a Moto Pro BMX 465 Precision Angle. I love using this brush. If I want to do a look and be out the door in like 5 minutes, I use this brush all over. I use the angled part under my eye. I put shadow on the top and use that in my crease of my brow bone. It easily swipes color all over your lid with no issues. It blends out like a dream, washes easily, dries within like 2 hours, and I've never had any issues with it. This is an amazing brush. And then we have this Sigma E25 blending brush. The first time I used this, I was using my Juvia's Place palette. I was amazed at how well this worked at putting shadow on and blending it out. It's not that fluffy, but for whatever reason, it did such an amazing job. And I know Samantha March always raves about Sigma brushes. This is the first one I've ever owned. I bought it as an add-on from Ipsy for $3. I'm shocked at the quality of it. It is amazing. Then we have my dollar brush from Essence. This is the eye blending brush. I bought this at Ulta. It is big and fluffy like the F.a.r.a.h brush. Like these brushes from F.a.r.a.h, they're big and fluffy, and they work to cover a large area in a short amount of time. Here's the other F.a.r.a.h brush I compare it to. They're very, very similar in shape. It blends everything out super easily. It's not scratchy, and like I said, it's under $2. This was a very nice brush find for the price. I was very shocked. So yeah, this was an amazing brush that I bought. Then we have a Scone Cosmetics large shader brush. I use this when I want to like pack a large amount of shadow in a small space, or a lot of shadow in a large space. It works really good at covering the space and putting the shadow on. You can also kind of use it to blend it, but it's also tapered thin enough at the top that you can use it for your lower lash line. Again, it came from Ipsy. Then we have this one. This is the Betty Boop brush that came in like last month's box, the month before. It was either October or November, I forget. But this was the collab that Ipsy did with Betty Boop, and it's a like domed shader brush, blending brush. It's nice. I've only used it a few times. It washes nicely. Didn't have any hairs falling out, and it's not scratchy. And then we have like miscellaneous brushes. Like this one is one of the only eye brushes that came in that wooden handled kit, and it's like a domed brush. I use it for like metallic shadows and stuff like that. It's nice. Then we have this one here. This is Special Angle Shaper. I don't know where I got this from. I think it's natural hair. I've had it forever. It works. Then we have a chiseled taper fluff. This one's really scratchy. It's also natural hair. And it's a wee brush. It's an itty bitty brush. This is actually a paintbrush. It says it's a 3/8 inch Contemporary Crafts 245B angled. And this is SHA, and then the rest of it's kind of peeled off. So I bought this in a paint department in an art store, and it works really great for doing detailed work. It packs shadow on very nicely, and it's got a nice tip, so you can use it under your eye to do lower lash liner. And then this one is a 600 brush with the company that I used to use to manufacture my cosmetics. They also made brushes. That's where this brush came from. This is just a standard liner brush from them. And it's okay. It's not amazing. It gets the job done. And that is all of my eye brushes. This is it. This is all I own. And I've got most of them separated out by brand. The majority of my brushes are B.H. Cosmetics. So, I am getting rid of these two, and then I will show you, I'm getting rid of all of these as well. These I bought, these came from Ipsy. This was a 3-pack, and I still have the packaging for it. Like I said, I've only used these a couple of times. I tried to use this with concealer, and they've all been washed and whatnot. So, it is what it is. If you guys want to see me include brushes like this, or at least a couple of these brushes in my next 2 giveaways, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that. But yeah, this is the end of my part 2. This is going over my brushes. I wanted to do a holiday look. I have, I don't know if I can show you from where you're at without breaking anything. See this stack right here? These are all the, and this will move, that's not where that goes. But these are all the palettes that I pulled to do my next holiday look. So I figured I'd better get this done before I get recording on that, because then I'm going to have a whole lot more dirty brushes than the few that I have right now. So I wanted to kind of get all this done before I get that done, and that's going to take me probably the rest of the night to get that recorded. So anyways, I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. This is the end of my brushes, going over all that I have, the brands, the kits, the types of brushes that I have, and literally this is all of my brushes, period. I'm still curious as to where my Wet n Wild brushes went. I'm missing, like I said, I'm missing 2 like this, because I know I bought 2 and then 1 came in the kit, but these came in. So it is what it is. Questions or comments, leave them down below. Rafflecopter link will be in the description box for the giveaway that's going on between December 1st and the 15th. Again, leave me a comment if you want me to include 1 or 2 of these brushes in the giveaway for the 15th. Like the first 15 days, or if you want me to put it in the giveaway for like the last 15 days. Like I said, I've got 2 of these brushes that are the same. I could easily put one in one and one in the other giveaway. And then I've got like these different like foundation brushes I don't use. So if you guys want something like that in a giveaway, please let me know. And I can either like add it after the giveaway ends or whatever. So it's no big deal to me. And like I said, this one's brand new. I've never even used it. I even kept a little condom on. So this is it for all of my brushes. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys if you're looking at buying brushes, what I own. You know, really a lot of these brushes came from Ipsy. I bought the Wet n Wild kit for $12.99. I bought these purple brushes for like $8, and each of the BH brush kits were $7 each. So that's like $14 right there on BH brushes. So the majority of the rest of my brushes are either 2 decades old or came in Ipsy. And so, yeah, subscription boxes are handy when it comes to getting brushes. So I will see you guys in another video hopefully tomorrow. I will see you guys then, and have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.